Larimar. I want to talk about relationships. 3 reasons why people get into unhealthy relationships. Number 1, so many people are willing to jump into having a relationship when they're not truly ready for it. I've seen a lot of people looking for a partner who can satisfy their own needs, emotional needs, when they can't even fulfill them by themselves. And there's a higher chance that they can be attracted to a partner who does the same thing. And it obviously leads to a codependent relationship. So in other words, they are not taking full responsibility of their emotional needs by inviting someone who can fulfill them on behalf of them. So the second reason why people get into unhealthy relationship, I think it's a codependent relationship. In this setting, there are mutual agreements. Like there are a lot of do's and don'ts. If you do this, I will give you credits, like validation and love. And it applies to all type of human interactions, whether it's romantic, marriage relationship, or even business relationship, or friends and family. And I find it quite interesting that this is accepted as normal, because I think it shouldn't be normal. Their personal happiness is not in their control anymore, but it's in their partner's control. So if something goes wrong, it's easy to blame each other. And in this kind of relationship, people are trying to meet each other's expectation in order to feel validated and accepted. So it's a good coping mechanisms, a great excuse for not having to deal with their emotional needs on their own. Whereas, in fact, personal happiness is truly on their call, not their partner's. Usually people don't want to look at their dark shadow sides within themselves because it's just uncomfortable, so it's easy to blame each other. I think it's perfectly fine with having mutual agreements in relationships, but the problem is that those agreements are usually coming from insecure states. For example, like you should not wear this clothes, or you should not hang out with this person, with your guy friends or girlfriends. You should come back home by a certain time, otherwise like I won't accept you. That kind of agreements. And then third reason why people get into unhealthy relationship, I think it's really a matter of compatibility. A lot of people consider like physical conditions when they're about to form a relationship, like marriage or business. And I think it's important to think about whether they can make a living together, they can sustain each other. It's a really practical matter, which is important, but I think emotional values should be a priority to have a healthy relationship, because we are emotional beings. So for example, this might be a little extreme example, but let's say there's a person who is a vegan, and this person cares about environment and animal rights, so that's why this person became a vegan. And there's another person who is a hunter, who goes hunting for having fun. Imagine these two people are a couple. They have such a big difference in their value systems, and it would be very challenging for them to be in the same position unless they have very open-minded attitude. So I'm talking about that kind of compatibility. Yeah, it seems that a lot of people don't really care about their core values when they're having a partner. Imagine if you can find a person who can share the core value. There might be a huge synergistic impact by being together, and perhaps making some positive impacts on your life as well as others. Yeah, so basically at the bottom line, I think to have a healthy relationship, we should be healthy on the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, and many other levels. When we are trying to use other person or people to make us happy, that is the point when we start having an unhealthy relationship. So that's what I wanted to share. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye.